good streak.
Hello good people of YouTube, this is Shaun with Feature View Gaming, and today I'm going to be talking about the next gen consoles and all that good stuff. Now I've been gone for a little while, having some outside of YouTube issues that have really needed resolving with some family and stuff, and that's kind of died down, and I'm back to making videos again. The montage is still coming. I'll be uploading Battlefield 4 when it comes out for the PS4. So until then, just bear with me on the Battlefield 3. I'm sure you guys want to see all the new Battlefield 4 stuff, but still have a lot of fun with Battlefield 3. Just being truthful, because Battlefield 4 on the console, the beta was so fucking horrible that I just refused to buy the game. Now, as far as the gameplay in the background, me and my squad push up, and we actually do a good job of taking the flags, but eventually, like, our teammates just kind of disappear on us. I don't know if it was because of the server being unstable, people just losing connection, not having good internet, or whatever else could have happened. Admins just start kicking people. But ended up, we just didn't have the manpower to cover flags, and on Conquest, that's fairly important.
Spot on me.
So, yeah. Now on to the point of today's video. First thing I want to talk about is my transition from Call of Duty to Battlefield. Now this transition wasn't hard for me to do. I'm actually glad I made the transition, simply because, well, as everybody who played it knows, Modern Warfare 3 failed so hard at the release that it was hard for them to really correct that. Now, I did have some fun with not Battlefield, but Modern Warfare 3 with, like, the survival and special ops and all that. I had some fun gameplay moments, but it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't as good as Black Ops, the original. And Black Ops 2 was just atrocious. I mean, they had some good concepts, but they just didn't execute them right. Now, I hear Ghost is going to have dedicated servers, and I'm just like, you know what? It's just too little too late, man. Y'all could have afforded the servers a long time ago, and y'all chose not to. You choose to keep the game on a host-based system, and that's why you had so many problems with, like, your netcode and all that, because of the host-based instead of server-based systems, where people with bad internet pretty much have an advantage over you, because they're not registering anything while you're sitting there spamming at them. Not 100% sure how that works, but you get what I'm saying. The lag issues.
Hey, Pat.
If they do, so be it. That's good, but I'm probably not getting Ghost. Battlefield 4, on the other hand, yes, for the next-gen consoles all the way. And I hear a lot of computer players, a lot of guys on the PC are planning on getting a PlayStation or an Xbox, and I say more power to them. Next, I want to talk about the current gen consoles, some of the flaws and some of the nice things about them. Now, what stands apart and makes the PlayStation better on paper is the fact that it runs off Blu-ray. The games are based on a Blu-ray platform or format. Right now that sounds like, hey, that's cool. It's kind of normal. But back then it was like, oh, the next generation of the DVD is now in use. And it was kind of tight. You know, everyone's like, hells yes. But with the technology being so new at that point, I don't believe Sony knew exactly what it was doing, and the developers had a hard time developing on the system because of how new that technology was. Plus the higher price tag that was added because it was a Blu-ray player. That was their downfall. Now on the PlayStation side of things, the games ran smoother. They were lower grade as far as the HD rating, but the games ran smoother. They still look pretty decent, and it had better online support, which I guess is expected because you pay for the online. Now with us having to pay for PlayStation Plus in order to play online, hopefully that means stuff like the Anonymous attack that had PSN down for, God, what was it, like a month and a half to 2 months? Hopefully that will be, if anything close to that happens again, it'll be resolved a lot quicker. because we're paying for the service.
Someone got this shit stuck on the
And
rubble.
that's definitely something that you would expect if you're paying for the service to be repaired quicker, for it to work right, and not be down as often as PSN has had to be down. So we can hope. Now the biggest issue at release for the PlayStation and the Xbox, which I've experienced both of these, is red ring and the yellow light of death. Both of them refer to, I believe it's the processors overheating, and they'll get so hot that the solder that's holding them in loosens up. The solder or the silicone, whatever they use to hold it in, just loosens up and they move. They come out of place. So you have to get your system reflowed, which isn't really that hard. I've reflowed an Xbox before. I've had my PlayStation reflowed before, the one that I had previous to this. And, you know, that's the big point that people make. Oh, well, the Xbox has the red ring of death, and it has a higher failure rate than the PlayStation. Which may be true, may be false. I haven't looked at that statistic. In my opinion, they both had the same issue, and they fixed them. They released the newer versions of the systems that no longer do that. Now, they understand, hey, you need better ventilation, better cooling. And that hopefully transfers over into the next systems. They actually understand the fix and keep with it. Now, I'm hoping Sony doesn't do like they've done and make some really shitty lasers that read the discs, because every Sony CD based system I've ever had, the disc reader is the first thing to go out. So hopefully that's been rectified. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about these, so we're going to move on to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. First off, let me say this. I'm not being paid to say any of this because honestly I'm not a big YouTuber, so that wouldn't be something that would probably ever happen. And even if it was, I wouldn't do it because my opinions are not based on what someone wants me to be. Now, I will say this, I am biased towards PlayStation. Yeah. But as you heard in the previous discussion, I've talked about some of the solid points of the Xbox. And I'm not going to down the Xbox One. Sure, they bombed at E3, but all this pre-release hype is bullshit. Why do I say it's bullshit? Because people who buy into it are expecting something awesome. Like you're expecting the PlayStation to be $100 less, so it's better in a cost-effective sense. But the Xbox is like a giant multimedia video game and movie viewer and NFL Sunday ticket haver and, I don't know, big-ass porn box. And, you know, in all honesty, that's a lot of gamers. That's one of the things they would love, is a game system that they can watch porn on, which you can on the PlayStation 3, just saying. But, yeah, it's essentially what the Xbox is focusing towards, is being more multimedia and not gamer-based. And that's a mistake in a sense, but in a sense it's not, because that was kind of the point of the PlayStation 3. You know, you can make music, or you can have music on it, and you can watch videos on it, just like the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360's music system was way better because you could listen to your music on almost every game that I ever played anyway. But you can't do that on the PlayStation 3, which sucks, but you know, it's whatever. I would have loved to have been able to cancel out all of the music on Gran Turismo 5, especially that opening piano theme, because hearing that was so damned annoying. I'd rather hear it open up with something like some really hardcore, like Metallica, or some of the fucking older hip hop, like some Tupac or something like that. And that would have been awesome to me. But, you know, it wasn't really pointed towards music when they made the game. It's a driving game. So, yeah. Now, the PS4 is made pretty much focused on your hardcore gaming community, which is good. So the games should all be pretty good. And with Blu-ray now being an older technology, there shouldn't be any of those development flaws. They have made it to where it's easier to develop for the PlayStation now. That's like their big selling point, is it's going to be easier to develop for. The games are now easier to make, so your developers can make a good game without having so many issues like the PlayStation 3 had. Hopefully the patches and stuff for Battlefield 4 will come a lot quicker and a lot easier than they did for Battlefield 3, because that was the shittiest part of it. Having to wait for an expansion for the patch because EA wants to be cheap and not pay to patch on the console, which I can understand that. You know, you really shouldn't have to pay to fix your shit that people have already paid for, but the people paid for it and it should be fixed. That might just be my opinion, but you know, whatever. So that's kind of an idea on something I'd like to see in the next
gen. Most of our team left, so we're short-handed.
Now, with us paying for the PlayStation Plus, hopefully stuff like the anonymous attack won't keep the service down so long, and hopefully it'll be more stable because we have to pay for it. If we're paying for it, then it's gotta work. If we're not paying for it, then it's kind of like, well, we don't pay for it, so when it comes back, it comes back. But you know, we're gonna be paying the same thing Xbox users pay, so we expect more.
Because our fucking team are all like
user-friendly service, which I think PlayStation has released information that it is a little bit better. It's a lot more stable and stuff. So hopefully we can look forward to that. And you see right here, my team is triple capped. If I'm not sure if I've looked at the leaderboard here in the past few minutes or not, but you'll notice that my team has pretty much dissipated down to being almost empty. And I have this camping douchebag sniper who keeps hiding up in top of shit. I hate those guys, man. They really fucking annoy me. But anyway, it's just kind of my opinion on a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. As I believe I've already said, I've had to record this montage, or not montage, but this commentary twice, due to some issues with some of the shit on my computer. But the montage is coming. And there's probably going to be a troll-tage. Those are going to be probably the last two videos of Battlefield 3. Unless something really awesome happens after that. And this next montage is going to be good. It's going to have some really nice gameplay. A lot more diverse gameplay, featuring more vehicle gameplay, and a lot of infantry and infantry on vehicle and stuff like that. So.
Good, he's dead.
Yeah.
Maybe it was by a fucking medic who might actually
Let's see.
revive, but I
feel like I'm forgetting something. I mean, you guys know I don't write my commentaries down. Every now and then I'll outline them, but I don't write them down because I feel like that's kind of pointless to sit there and read something to you guys. Like I can sit here and say, "Oh, look, this gun fires at this fire rate." Huh?
Fuck you.
It's like, no, that's not me. I'd rather talk to you guys more naturally. It's more fun that way, and people seem to really like the idea of having a just straight up conversation style commentary, and that's what I get a lot of praise on. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers who have stuck with me through this little while of me just not being active hardly at all. It's been kind of a rough time for me, and I haven't really been in the right mind to be doing videos. So yeah, I think everybody goes through that. There's going to be at least 2 more Battlefield 3 videos, a montage and probably the troll-tage. And I should be doing a couple more commentaries throughout this week. Then we get to Battlefield 4, and you get to see the next-gen console and what the PS4 can do. Hopefully I can get back to using a regular controller because I've been spoiled with the Frag FX. And I don't know if they're making a frag for the PS4 or if my frag is going to be compatible with it. So I'll be back on a DualShock controller, which is like, ugh. But okay, I can still do it because I used to have really great games with the regular controllers too. And my aim isn't much different with a mouse, in all truthfulness. Just my sustained fire is. So, yeah. And a question to you guys, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Do you guys enjoy the live communication videos with all the real in-game chat in the back, like actually going on? Do you like me commentating over every video? Would you like to see me do more montages for Battlefield 4?
Damn it.
Or would you like to see me do more strategic videos with Battlefield 4? Talking about, you know, which guns I use, which kits I prefer, what I prefer to do with certain equipment and stuff. Let me know, guys, so that I can continue to make quality content that you guys really enjoy. So, Anyways, this is Shaun with Future View Gaming saying have a good one.
Appreciate it.
And since it's Friday right now, at least where I'm at, hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Take it easy.
Look at that shit, man. I fucked up the entire enemy team. Our team just fucking left, and everybody else who didn't leave just sucked.
I didn't know.
Hey, I'm not talking about y'all two though, Pat, because you went positive. You did better than like fucking half of our team.
14 and 8.
Yeah, I went,
so
I went
good.
9 and 8.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps.